A Mississippi lawmaker is proposing a bill to fine people if they are caught wearing saggy pants. Now, this is from Tom Weathersby, who is a Republican serving in the House of Representatives, and he has proposed a law that could lead to fines and even mental health counseling for people that decide they want to wear saggy pants. Or, I love how Huffington Post has to put this, quote, or a style in which pants hang so low that underwear is exposed.
And they wobble to and fro. You can tie it in a knot, Jeff.
Or in a bow. Now, let's get into the details of this. Now, Weathersby's bill, introduced last week, would make it unlawful for any person to wear pants, shorts, or clothing bottoms that exposes underwear or body parts in an indecent or vulgar manner. Now, the penalty for the first offense of the non-criminal citation is a warning, and for juveniles, notifying their parents or guardians. After that, fines begin at $20 for a second offense and run up to $100 for the sixth offense. That sixth offense would also include, get this, psychological and social counseling by the Department of Human Services and the Department of Mental Health. So sag your pants enough times, you're going to go and get a mental health screen. But that's not required for guns. I just want to put that juxtaposition out there. Okay?
Yeah,
not that I'm advocating for it, but that just to show the difference here.
So you could get free therapy if you just sag your pants a bunch?
Maybe.
That's a pretty good deal. I think, who couldn't benefit from something like that? Mississippians, sag your pants. Get some free health services. That state has so many issues. Like that state, they are one of the bottoms in education. They have tons of poverty. I had a lot of friends from Mississippi when I used to live in Nashville, because a lot of them would move. Like a lot of them would move to other, better southern cities. And I'm not trying to put Mississippi down, because I celebrate that area a lot. I'm a huge music guy, so I celebrate the Delta Blues. And I've been trying to go to the Mississippi Delta for the longest time. I never got there just because of, scheduling issues. But, one of these days I'm going to get there. So I'm really not trying to put the area down. But they've got a lot of problems. And pretty much anyone that I've ever met that lives there will attest to that. Like, yeah, we got a lot of problems. We're really working hard. And our state's just messed up. And it's so bizarre that they find time to pass policy like this, and they can give resources out for something like saggy pants. Meanwhile, they're not doing anything about education in their state or jobs in their state. But hey, man, Mississippians, if you want some free counseling services, just sag your pants and make sure the right people see you.
Yeah, if you're depressed, got anxiety, sag your pants.
Sag those pants. Be like,
health
what can
services.
I don't know what to do. I just like it. I worked hard picking out these boxer shorts, and if I don't get validation on these boxer shorts looking nice, what am I going to do? I'm sad. I need to talk to somebody. I need to go into that counseling session and be like, what do you think of my underwear, counselor person? And then I'll feel better.
So you mentioned devoting resources. That's actually a big part of the story, because, it turns out they don't actually devote any resources to it. But first, let me get to a fun quote. He says, Weathersby told Mississippi Today, personally, I like to see people dressed when they're in public, and I like to see people with their pants up. Now, me, generally, I kind of agree with that. I don't want to see other people's underwear. But, again, finding people and then mental health counseling that they don't know how to pay for, come on. And again, how do they pay for it? They don't. They'd have no plan. Weathersby's bill has zero funding allocated to it. In fact, both departments in Mississippi have faced giant budget cuts and staff shortages within recent years. So, no extra funding.
You're going to have to count on volunteers.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, any psychologist in the state, they're going to be like, would you be willing to donate 3 hours a week to underwear counseling? We'll call it that.
Underwear counseling.
For anyone that needs a little extra help, because they just got to show their underwear all willy-nilly. Just doing the devil's work and showing those boxer shorts.
Yep.
Would you be willing to contribute a little bit to the cause? And the psychologist will probably say, why the hell do I live here? Why am I in this state?
I would be surprised to see anyone go, yes, this is an epidemic that we must cleanse from the state of Mississippi. I'm in.
We really
Pro
need to
bono.
address this. We really need to. I know there's a bunch of children living in food deserts in this state, but damn it, man. Those children do not need to look at strangers' underwear. We got to do something.
They don't. They don't. And just for the record.
They don't. That is true.
Just for the record, I agree that they don't. Don't sag your pants. It's dumb.
Yeah, don't do it. I mean, I'm not like.
Don't do it.
I'm not like a pro, but.
No.
Ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. Devoting state resources to pants sagging is ridiculous. Now, let me give you my experience, right? Now, I actually think that this possibly has a slight bit of racial tinge to it. Why? Because who is generally noted as sagging their pants? Black youth. Uh-oh. Right? I mean, this could be another way of going after poor black people.
I don't know. A place like Mississippi, accusing them of racism, that might be a bit of a stretch.
You think so?
I don't know. I don't think they have any history of that there in that state. I think it's...
Well, there are other communities that have banned sagging pants, too, including a place called Opelika, Florida. I probably got that wrong. Or Opelika, and then Florida, and then Wildwood, New Jersey in 2015. And get this, 4 high school students in Tennessee were charged with indecent exposure for sagging their pants. 2 actually went to jail for wearing saggy pants. So that's why I kind of think...
Well, they better not sag their pants there, because that's where that comes from, and that's sending a different message.
It's true. But the overall disastrous, scary point of this is, oh, look, school-to-prison pipeline. If it's indecent exposure, which... It not in this bill, but in Tennessee where they did it, school-to-prison pipeline. Scary stuff, right? Now, here's the other thing, right? Again, black youth, right? I grew up in a super white area. This is my personal anecdote that I'm going to throw in here for no reason. So I went to a super small school for high school in a small town. We had 0 black people. You want to know how many people sagged their pants? More than you would think. There would be a good chunk that if this law had existed in that school back then, probably a pretty sizable chunk of the student body would have been fined. Because white kids did it too.
Absolutely, and it was really...
Maybe that's
when
what
we were in high school. It was really trendy too. I don't know if it's as trendy now because I'm not in high school, but
I hope not.
I know it was like really trendy when we were that age, Jeff.
Yeah, back in the days, the olden days, where we didn't have Twitter and cell phones and Instagram.
We didn't. We had AOL-IM, man.
I know.
You would leave an away message. Your away message would be lyrics to a song that emphasized how you felt.
Yes.
Sending a message to that girl that won't date you. All right, I'm oversharing.
You might be. But look, again, ridiculous law. This is absolutely ridiculous. I don't agree with it. I also don't agree with sagging your pants. Just don't do it. As I said, I don't want to see your underwear. Nobody wants to see your fucking underwear. Pull your pants up. How do you walk like that even? Because I've seen people
looking like a fool with your pants on the ground.
Yes, thank you. I'm glad you brought that up. It's
time for that guy to make a comeback.
There you go. Looking like a fool with your pants on the ground. Don't do it. It's not cool. But also, Mississippi, don't ban it because that's ridiculous. I thought you're supposed to be for small government.
You guys have more important things to work on in that state.
You
Again,
do.
Love ya. Want to visit the Delta Blues Museum soon. Want to see Morgan Freeman's Blues Club. You guys are huge cultural significance. All my friends from that state are wonderful people. But you got bigger problems. Mississippi. I'm sorry. You got way bigger problems.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you want to see more like this, please hit the subscribe button below. And if you want to support truly independent, non-corporate media, go to our Patreon page and become a patron. Patreon.com/TYTNation.